So this one's a continue of the last one, MCC. MCC, Saudi Prince. You know, he was a big, heavy-set guy. You know, we were talking about his culture and Ramadan, you know, in Saudi Arabia. And he's like, it was like the 114th in the line of like 140 princes or something like that. Or, you know, it's still pretty cool, you know, listening to his stories. But he was in there for some silly stuff. Well, some powder, which it happens. But anyway, you know, he would he respected me, so he shared his food with me, you know, which I didn't have nobody sending me money, and because I was in there because I wouldn't rat on somebody, and you know, but I got accepted by people because I'm respectable and I respect people and I know the boundaries and the lines. But anyway, so we're in his cell, you know, making a big feast, you know, because he had money and he ate well and he, you know, respected me, so he took care of me and welcomed me in his food, which was very good, big meals, and that I would get good portions out of. So I respect and appreciate him. I'm grateful for him. But anytime this one guy would come in his cell, I would get up and leave. And, you know, after a few times, you know, and a couple handfuls of times, they're like, this guy noticed that you leave every time he's in a cell that you're in. And he's kind of to think that, you know, you got some beef, you know. And so now what we're going to do is, you know, the proper way to handle things is, you know, when somebody thinks they got some beef with somebody in, you know, prison, you know, jail, you figure that shit out. You figure it out. You know, you lock down in a cell and, you know, you either both come out smiling, shaking hands, or one of you drags the other one out, you know. Either way, you figure it out. So he's like, so this guy kind of feels disrespected that you're leaving the room every time he walks in a room, so he kind of wants to figure it out, you know. Well, that guy happened to be a Iranian Secret Service that was in there for terrorism. That was, you know, he directly sold bomb parts that killed 8 Marines. And when I was 17, I recruited 8 Marines. Well, 7 plus me, the buddy system. I aced the ASVAB. And, you know, my dad died the day of boot camp, so I didn't get to go. And I had special forces in my contract, which is impossible, but I did. But I had sniper school in my contract. But anyway, so every single time that guy walked in the room, and I didn't kill him, I felt I was in the wrong and disrespecting my brothers. You know, because I'm a Marine at heart. No matter what, nobody's ever going to take that from me. Semper Fi, Infidel Fidelis. But I felt that, being that at that, you know, I had more than the 7 to 8 people join the military. I've got dozens that I was not accredited for, that I pushed through military or government services. And I know that it was my words that pushed them through that, or I was a big, strong part of it. But mainly I try to teach people to see the truth. You know, yes, you got your good options here, but, you know, anyway. So the way I see it is, by me not fighting to the death with that guy every time I saw him, I almost felt like a coward. And that's not me. Because I'm ready to die, I'm willing to die, especially for something that I love and people that I love, and a cause, even though I do not respect the cause that Marines get sent off for, you know, because false flags and communism, and that's it. But I do respect the Brotherhood, and I do respect the Marines, and, you know, just hearing that guy, you know, even though he didn't do it, he sold some parts and killed those Marines, I wanted to kill him. And I wanted to enjoy, I envisioned enjoying tearing him apart. So that's why I had to get up and leave the room every time that I was in the room. But, so I told them that. And they're like, that's not what we expected you to say. But now we respect you even more. So then I sat down and became friends with the guy and said that just imagine that you were a soldier and doing what your country told you to do, and you were following orders, and just imagine me being one of the top tier operators of my country, you know, Iranian Special Forces Secret Service agent, told to do what I was supposed to do for my country. And I was like, oh shit. Okay, buddy. I feel you now. I understand. But then he gave me a newspaper clipping of his wife. They got beheaded because her job was to go sleep with foreign generals and presidents or dignitaries and cut their throat while she's on top of them. But I had that newspaper article till my shop was robbed and my trailer was looted a couple years ago, and I lost all of my personal possessions. But now I pray for him, and I pray for her, and I pray for the Saudi prince. Rogue One, Shane Michael.